Hey, Spuddies, potatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome to our Colonial game of Spain. Things are popping off in the new world. We've got Iran, Cordoba, La Palmas, and of course, naturally, the Giga Gabustan. When it comes to science, though, things are not looking amazing for me. Now, nobody has started building spaceports or even researched rocketry, but we are getting to the point in the game where that can kind of start to happen. So we'll need to kind of pick up the pace and put some steam power into our sails so we can get ahead. I don't know if that sequence of puns actually made sense or not. Morbers will probably just make fun of me for it. But listen, we are making the progress. Let's get an aqueduct, commercial hub, and an industrial zone. Place the aqueduct, get the commercial hub. Commercial hub is basically just as good as a harbor for an inland city. So we've got this city basically planned. I like to get two districts in all my cities as a baseline, and then the third district is kind of like whatever I feel like fits my needs in the late game. I think two districts are usually a good amount to get in any city. So like a harbor and a campus, or like a commercial hub and a campus, or basically a trade district plus one other. And since I'm settling my cities pretty far apart so that we can go a little bit taller in the new world and not quite need so many cities to fill it out, I will be spreading my cities out so they're not able to cooperate as they would normally be able to. Now, I have railroads unlocked, and I think it would be really, really cool once I finish some stuff in here to go ahead and get military engineers. But naturally, I'm going to want to finish that factory first because those great engineer points are actually quite helpful. Boom. Pearls are online. 25% faith in this city. City doesn't make that much faith, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is that we just have this industry online, and we are starting to pick up, some monopolies. If I go to the resource tab, when it comes to pearls, I've only got 9% control. If I can get a bit more gypsum online, I could get a bit more control. But it's always hard to get control, power over these sea resources, but I could definitely get olives, I could definitely get citrus, amber is a possibility, dyes maybe, I don't know, we'll see how she goes. Oh man, just the never-ending train of settlers pumping out of my capital. I think I was planning to chop here so I could place a district, so I will chop, that'll finish the harbor, and entertainment complex. I'm putting an entertainment complex down here. And I have an industrial zone here. It's only a +1 campus here as opposed to a +2. So maybe I'd see, I don't want to pay for that tile. That's the thing. So I'll just get the campus placed down here. I'll buy myself a lighthouse. We'll work on the shipyard. It's only 11 turns. Thankfully, shipyard buildings are still quite cost effective for me to build, especially now that we're getting that 25% production boost thanks to having these governors established and the cards plugged in that give me boosts to production in cities not on my capital continent. Alright, I'll place that industrial zone right there. We'll slowly work on a lighthouse in here. I want to purchase this actually, so I may just put a turn into a granary and then buy that lighthouse next turn. And I'm really, really enjoying just being able to spam missions and fishing boats all over the new world. Stop in here. Grab ourselves the lighthouse. Can you actually trade with Madrid? I don't think you can. It's too far away. I'm going to use this trade route to get a road in my new world. It's not the best trade route. It's only 1 food, 3 production, 3 gold, and 2 faith. But that road is super helpful. And when that trade route is up, there'll be some trading posts in my empire, which is always helpful. We've got a harbor in here as well. I'll have to do the same thing. I'll just put a turn or two into a monument. That'll save me a bit of cash. Lovely. We have a campus in Las Palmas. Do I want to go ahead and stop for a builder here? I think I'm okay to grab the library and alchemical society. This city's making enough production to do that. Plus, I need to start scaling up my science because I can't really rely on city-states this game to increase my science because there are none. I accidentally yeeted city-states out of the game. What do I do with this city? There's potential for... Actually, I've got an idea. So what if we were to put a theater square here, pop down an aqueduct on that tile, then get ourselves a dam right here and an industrial zone right here. So this is just like a gold and production-based city. I think that would be pretty cool. I know I'm doing that with a lot of my cities, but I think it's good to have a nice mix. We're going to harvest this for money, actually. I may as well harvest it because 180 gold is a fair chunk of a builder considering we get 5 charges right now. Let's go ahead and buy the lighthouse in Cordoba. I'll be able to get myself a trade route there in the next couple of turns. Sinbad, explore for me. Find me where the bad men are. Some bad men over here. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Rotterdam has begun the Torre de Belém, which means I must take it for myself and immediately begin construction. I think I can safely finish this settler as long as I get a few more builders in here to make up for that production, because I don't think their capital, or Rotterdam rather, has enough production to do this. I mean, it's an 8 population city. I think I'll beat them. Famous last words, of course, naturally. Very nice. Congo actually managed to upgrade how much gold they were making in that city before we managed to pull our mission off. So we got 1,000 gold from that. Now that 1,000 gold will go a long way. What am I going to spend it on? That's a great question. I don't know. All I know is I'm going to make it go a long way. Well, I know at least a little bit of it will be spent on some traders in my capital, so I can start boosting this up. It's a little bit earlier than I had planned, but you know, no, not a big deal. All right, let's get that campus placed, because naturally we definitely want campuses in the new world. And man, the shipyard really does just kind of round out these cities. Sinbad, pop that barbarian camp for 600 gold and a couple of tech boosts. We will upgrade the spy with technologist and then continue to steal gold here. What do we got to sell? All right, who wants to buy my iron? Who wants to buy my horses? And who wants to buy my coal? Congo will buy, or rather, Ambiorix will buy my coal for 29 gold, so seems like a reasonable deal. You want to buy my horses, sounds good. You'll buy my iron for a favorable price, as will you. There goes all of our strategics that we can get rid of. I'm just going to park this ironclad here so I can keep an eye on the progress that they're making on this wonder. I can't imagine they're doing it very quickly. Yeah, it looks like it didn't even change, so they may not even be building it. In fact, are you guys at war? If they're at war, it looks like the Netherlands is at war with a bunch of people, which is fantastic for me, because it means they're not going to be, you know, focusing hard on building those wonders. God, I love how far units can move in water when you're in this kind of an age. I need to get a couple of units moving up to fight this man-at-arms so I can get this city settled safely. Let's chop to finish Mausoleum slightly faster. I'm surprised I haven't found any niter. Like 0 niter has been found in my empire. All right, let's start sending these trade routes internationally for production. These are 75 turns on the trade routes. Let's go for the shorter ones, the 46 turns, because that will give me trading posts in those cities a little bit sooner. Like Barcelona is another 52 turn one. Bilbao, another 52 turn, although that one, why are you 5 production? You're 5 production because you've got all that. Yeah, well, let's make sure... Oran. Yeah, Oran, let's do it. So that gave me like an extra 26 production in my capital, which means I should finish Torre de Belém a couple turns sooner, so delaying for this settler really didn't hurt me that much. Are there any other cities I'd like to boost? Maybe Zaragoza could use a couple of international trade routes, because it's struggling a little bit for positive food. It's taken 12 turns to grow. I'd like to speed that up a little bit. Housing-wise in my capital, I'd like a little bit more housing. How I'm going to get it is probably neighborhoods. So I'll want to be ready for like a neighborhood or two just in my empire to grow those cities a little bit. Although I'm not even sure if growing those cities matters to me that much. Maybe a little bit. We got the shipyard over in Barcelona. Let's go ahead and place that campus district. Gabustan is looking stacked. Buy the lighthouse in here. Do I also buy the shipyard? No, I don't think I buy the shipyard. I do, however, get to work on that entertainment complex, because that's going to be a good source of amenities for these international cities. It's going to hit 4 of those cities, so that's like 2, 3 plus 4. That's like 2 luxury resources right there, because you get 2 from the entertainment complex, you get 1 from the arena, so that's like 3 amenities just in Coruna, and then another 1 per city for building the zoo. So that's 7 amenities in total from a single district. It's a lot of amenities to help support such a giga huge omega lol empire. All right, we've started the Torre de Belém and we're just barely laying the foundation. We compare that to the Netherlands. They've got the foundation more or less laid, but I'm certain we'll be able to beat them. All right, I want you to settle right there. That's perfect. Now, the real question is it worth it to buy out to the mountains? I think here's my long-term plan. We put the campus here, we put the harbor there, and then we pop down the canal alongside there. Still think it's worth it to buy monuments in these cities. It just represents such a nice boost to my culture that ignoring it would be a mistake. If I harvest here, I get the benefit of food, and then I can place the campus down and delete that tile, and then start improving over here. I don't think I can put this settler down safely, so let's just get him onto land and maybe do an inland settle. Yoink Reno. That is my barb camp. I think trading with Vietnam is a good move here. 5 production, 15 gold. I'll take it. I know I was kind of trading for food, but the little bit of extra food and production would help this city anyways. Definitely need a builder in here. A few of my cities have grown and captured new tiles, so builders should be on the way at some point. Let's see. I'd like another couple of tile improvements here. Let's buy ourselves a couple of builders in Vigo. And I love these shipyards. Plus 8 production from a shipyard. It's so damn good. To the point where I would genuinely consider just purchasing it in this city because I have so much gold in reserve. I'm making 500 gold a turn. Purchasing it is just super valuable. Yeah, once again, Netherlands haven't made progress, but on the other hand, I am making great strides. Now with that on the way, it's probably a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I'll get all my granaries for free, and that's like 260 gold. There is potentially some plays I could make, like I build my ancient walls, I let it build the alchem. I wonder, can I make that play work? Hang on, maybe I can. Let's build all the basic buildings in here. Can I basically force them to build the building that I want them to? I mean, it only makes sense in a couple of my cities, but I'll give it the old college try. Yada yada, bye bye, Mr. Warrior. Not many luxuries near this city. But that's not like game-changingly important. It's kind of just like a nice thing that I'd like to do a lot of. Got our first factory online, providing us with production across all of these cities. You can get +3. +3 production isn't much, admittedly, but it's like working an extra mine, which is pretty respectable. Once we have that coal power plant online, it'll be a good bit more, because if I remember correctly, the factory, once it's powered, it gives another 3 production. So that's 6 production. Again, it's like working an extra mine in all these cities. Is that investment worth it? Probably not, like considering how much you have to put in to get it. All right, 23 turns to get a settler in Cartagena, and I think the era will be over before then, so I'm going to deprioritize that and head back up to get my library and alchemical society. Let's yeet this barb camp, and that's the last charge of Sinbad, and I think he comes with like 7 or 8 charges, so we got several thousand gold out of him. All right, people are willing to buy my horses and my iron. Looks like nobody wants to buy my iron. There are people offering luxuries though. I'm gonna grab all of those. Keeping your empire happy isn't like amazingly important, but considering how easy it is now, you may as well. I should totally get an entertainment complex in this nearby area, because a couple of these cities aren't hit by one. And I reckon if my capital is going to be like giga huge, probably an entertainment complex in this city makes sense. So maybe I'll do something like entertainment complex there, and then for the sake of the adjacency, drop down a theater square to be able to get a little bit more yields out of this city. All right, lovely. Now we have electricity. We have access to the seaport. This gives you +2 gold on all coastal tiles for this city. And 2 gold, 2 food, 1 housing, 1 citizen slot, and 3 slots for products. The seaport is a great way to further reinforce just how much gold we're making in the late game. And we also have access to the water park. So our coastal gameplay now is really going to like activate in a different way. We're going to start just churning out crazy amounts of stuff. It's going to take some time before I can start working on some of that stuff because my empire is a little bit disorganized, just a smidge. Now I'm wondering if it's worth it to harvest this jungle. I think it's worth it to put a lumber mill on it because like it's an extra 2 production that will go up later on in the game. It's a good productive tile. Production is king in this game. Settle this city of Havana. I think my main goal here is to get a commercial hub and then a campus of high adjacency, like right there. I'll spend my gold on a monument and a granary in here to get that city growing, and then I'll just keep working on the commercial hub. I'm curious, very, very curious to see which of these 2 buildings the Torre de Belém decides to build, because they're of equal value, right? They're both 80 production. So I'm curious to see which one it chooses as its priority to actually like trigger the building condition. Let's go ahead and settle right here because it uses the maximum number of tiles. We've got a lot of land to cover here with settlers, so we want to space our cities out quite a bit. And you can already tell we have covered a massive amount of this continent with our empire. This is like a giga huge empire, and I'm having a lot of fun like managing it because it's like really, really entertaining. Working on military engineering, and then I think I'd like to go for economics, but economics is on the way. So I tell you what, we'll go for military engineering and then economics so we can get corporations. So kind of a similar situation in this city. It's really all about trade, I think. I'll tell you what I'll do in this city. I'm gonna crack out a builder real quick because there's a lot of tiles I have to modify before the city becomes usable. But what I will do is naturally something a bit like this. Aqueduct, industrial zone, commercial hub, production, gold, and lots of potential in here. Now it's important to remember that I'm not really following a rhyme or reason when I'm developing these cities. I'm kind of just building what the land tells me to build. If a city has high adjacency for a campus, I build a campus. The city has a high adjacency. You found it killed, by the way, which is cool because he gets money for doing that, which is awesome. Do I bother settling this little city here? It'll annoy me forever to have this little gap in my empire, but like there's way more valuable cities, I reckon. If I just head out west, I totally need to get my my man-at-arms moving up that way though. Maybe even worth it for me to purchase another man-at-arms to help clear out some of this stuff. I mean, man-at-arms are pretty cheap, so I'll spend the 600 gold on them. I'm making 500 gold a turn. We've got no gold worries. And remember, I'm making 500 gold per turn with almost entirely internal trade routes. Now, in fairness, 238 of that is coming from deals with the AI. I'll readily raise my hand and admit that I'm mildly abusing the AI for gold right now. Cool, we got the factory in Bilbao. I think we placed that canal. I don't know if we build it yet. It's not the greatest shipyard in the world, but it is a shipyard, which is worth considering. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm pretty sure I can get a second canal over here and make like a... Yeah, that's cool. Let's place a second canal here. And then we've got like a little thoroughfare. That's fun. I like that. I should totally have this city build something though. What was I going to use this city for? It could probably crack me out a settler before the era ends. It's got 13 turns left at least, which I think is a reasonable last few settlers to be cranking out here. Most of my cities have stopped producing settlers, or are starting to. Like, well, for 3 of my cities have stopped building settlers. But we are going to be phasing out settlers now. We've done enough. And there's still just a constant stream of new ones coming to the new world. I'd really like to set up a map like this with like the Yogg's cast, and I would say the win condition is like, instead of it being like, oh, you know, whoever gets a science victory wins the game, it would be more like, okay, whoever, you know, when a win condition is triggered, whoever has the most X wins. And like X would be something, you know, like the most cities on the new world. So we all start off on the same continent, and, you know, we're all kind of like, there's like an early game. Maybe someone's caught inland, so they have to like decide, okay, well, I'm not going to win the continent game, but I can do some crazy stuff here and slow people down. And so there's kind of a race to the new world for us. I think that would be like a fun little game. Obviously, you would have to like ban Maori and Norway, or any civs that can kind of leave the water early, because I feel like that would just give them too big of an advantage. So is it time to build a seaport in Zaragoza? I'm kind of tempted to say that it is. 12 turns left on the era. Yeah, let's crack out another settler. Murcia could build a seaport, and it is not actually working that much coastal stuff, so I'd rather get the campus online. Barcelona isn't working too much. Actually, you know, I feel like this is a little bit unfair that Barcelona has 2 of these Gabustan tiles, so I'm going to give one to Coruna. That way each city has a little bit. I know Barcelona has like the industry that gives me extra faith, but I think this is just more satisfying to see it like divvied up between the 3 cities, and they're all kind of improving it and looking after it. I got a really big science problem though, and it's something I actually need to start dealing with it, because if I don't, I'm gonna lose this game, and I'm maybe gonna have to go to war with Vietnam. Congo is also pushing hard on a tourism victory, which is a little bit scary considering how far along he is and how little is left of the game. I'm not so sure. Like, I'm not sure I'm going to win this game, but I can definitely say I had a lot of fun playing. And after all, isn't that what really matters? I think once I have research labs, a lot of my problems will actually kind of clear up a bit, because I can start actually using specialists. Oh yeah, I totally forgot that I'd wanted to do railway stuff this game. Let's go ahead and purchase that armory, and then I'll purchase a few military engineers so I can start doing railway stuff. Now, my issue right now is I'm the only one emitting coal power right now, because I've got an ironclad and a coal power plant somewhere. Pop down a very nice city here. We will also get ourselves a +4 campus. We'll buy this tile to get also a +3 harbor. Capital is up to a healthy 86 production. A very, very healthy 86 production. That's going to mean that the world is basically my oyster. I don't understand. Again, listen, I probably talked about this before, but I still don't understand the world is my oyster. Like, why would your world be an oyster? Why would you want the world to be an oyster? I don't get it. Oysters are food. Why are you eating the world? Morbus, what I need you to do, I need you to like use your Google foo, find the origin of the phrase, the world is your oyster, and then like put it up on the screen. And if you can't, that's fine, that's okay. Let's take a linguist here. Yeah, I like linguist because it means I get more actions out of my spies. Wait, what are you doing? Where are you possibly going with that settler? Where do you think this is okay to go? You've already done this to me. I think he actually might be looking now to settle in the new world, but the problem is I already own like a third of it. Like a third of it is just claimed. So anyone else coming to the new world is a little bit slow. Now, I'm curious what I'm gonna do for my 3rd district in here. Probably gonna be like something amenity-wise, like if I put probably put an entertainment complex on these bananas, or something, and it'll hit all 3 of these cities. But that's a long-term build. I'm trying to make sure I get a mixture of things to boost my empire. Where are we settling this bad boy? I don't mess with volcanoes anymore. I don't put districts near them. I don't put settlements near them. I think I settled the corn. The corn! Boom. Lovely. Harbor completed and a culture bombed, which is nice, so I can place the canal. Not that the canal does much, but it's there for fun. Let's go ahead and buy the lighthouse and the shipyard, where we have the income to do this kind of a thing. And we'll just go straight campus. I'll purchase a trader in here. Dude, my faith income has exploded. Maybe I should just buy more great merchants so I can use them on these industries I have. I think that's what I'm going to do with my faith. I'm going to use it to get great merchants. Hey, that's a lot of noise here. I wasn't expecting that much damage. Let's bounce out of there. Ooh, looks like we got some new deals available. I can sell my amber away. Oh, 10 gold per turn seems good to me. Trade with Madrid with some of these cities. A couple of them could use help, like Valladolid. All right, pop another city down. Cool. First city. Oh, first settlement on this continent. Got a +3 we got a few potential +3 campuses over here, actually. I'm just gonna try to settle cities in range to get as many +3 campuses here. So I'll mark them all out. How are we doing on the science race? Batriu still hasn't researched rocketry. She's still 15 techs ahead of me, which is fine. I am doing a lot of beelining, which is probably not helping. It's probably not helping my tech position. Could get Gustav Eiffel here. Let me have a look. Are there any wonders available that I would like to nab real quick? Venetian Arsenal is kind of cool. Where would be the place to build it? I don't really have a good spot. Ah, damn it. This was going to be the spot, but they actually took that tile. The industrial era ends in 8 turns, and then we move swiftly into the modern era, where research labs are going to be a big part of what I'm doing. So I'm going to have to start thinking about how I'm powering my empire. Now I do have, if I go to the power map mode. Yeah, you can see here, I've got a couple of cities that are underpowered, but I'm going to be trying to get power in all of these cities so my research labs scale hard. But hey, we're not in any big rush to get that achieved. That's kind of a, like, you know, passive long-term goal that we are just slowly chipping away at, making our way towards. I do feel like getting rid of city-states really slows the game down to a degree that I wasn't expecting. I'm not sure if I dislike it. I kind of like it. It's kind of a more chill, relaxed pace to the game, because, you know, there's a lot more happening because things happen slower, if that makes sense. Because city-states are just, like, kind of actually bonkers in how good they are at accelerating your game. Like, if you have, you know, 5 campuses and you can get a relationship with a city-state, that's 6 science per campus from that city-state alone. Boom, we finally powered some cities. We got ourselves some era score. Now, the real question is, can I get myself a golden age again? I could get James Watt. Factories provide +2 production is really sick, actually. I wouldn't mind this guy. You know what? I'm going to use it. I'm going to grab him. I like him, especially because I've got a mausoleum coming too. But now if I check the power map mode, the majority of my capital area is powered, and these are the most important 5 cities that are going to get research labs. I am going to start burning coal real fast, which is going to have diplomatic and environmental consequences for me. So I'll probably want to make sure that I'm picking up a lot of this coal that I have in the new world to fuel my empire, because I'm pretty sure I only landed 1 copy of coal in my mainland. Yeah. Oh, there's some niter there. Oh, well, that changes my plans slightly. Wait, had I never discovered niter? No wonder I didn't have any. What was that squeak? Made my rabbit's ear perk up. May as well finish this settler, because we do have it half built, and it'll finish just after the era ends. Alright, cool. Am I going for a 3rd district in Murcia? Maybe I am. But I should really just get to work on getting those libraries up and stuff. Chop here. Finally got the builder chopped out in here. Now, the one problem I'm going to run into in a lot of these cities is the lack of housing, but that shouldn't be a concern long term. We can get that sorted out. Horatio Nelson could be dead handy because he can instantly build a lighthouse and a shipyard. I'll put him down in Almeria, and I'll be able to use him next turn to instantly get those. Torre de Belém finishes next turn. I don't think the Netherlands ever got really very far with their one, and I'm expecting now, there's a couple of things I want to know. Like, in this city, will it instantly finish my alchemical society? In this city, will it finish the watermill or the ancient wall? Like, I have a few curiosities that I want to know. Man, I'd love... Well, I guess I'm going to go settle Turtle Island and see if I can get all... I won't be able to get all 3 of those turtles, but I can grab 2 pretty easily. Alright, nice. Industrial era ends in 6 turns. We got the Torre de Belém. Now, it does only give me 2 gold for international luxury, or trade routes on international... Oh god, why is this setting so hard? Okay, I'm just going to read it word for word. International trade routes from this city receive +2 gold for every luxury resource at the destination. When it is built, cities not on your home continent receive the lowest production cost city center building they can currently construct. So interestingly, it actually cancelled the construction queue in here. Weird. Huh. odd. Because I was working on the Alchemical Society, and I'm pretty sure I was working on the Alchemical Society here, and it like cancelled it for something else. Now, what did it do in Iran? In Iran, it actually chose walls, but we just got a ton of production across our empire for free. Yeah, it wasn't much, like in the grand scheme of things, but it was something, and I'm willing to accept something over nothing. As much as I would like to keep settling for my capital, I think it is time to get the campus up online, as well as the seaport. In fact, seaport first for the extra housing to keep the city growing, because it's about to hit its growth cap, because it is getting a lot of food from all these trade routes that are bringing it up to skyrocketing heights. Where do I have an industrial zone that's empty? I'm going to move you to Oran, and then once Mausoleum finishes, I can use you to insta-build a factory and workshop here. I think it's time Cadiz got itself a water park. It's suffering a little bit of a negative penalty from things, and I'm also going to go ahead and tell it to prioritize science here. It's only 4 science, but that's significant at this stage of the game for me. 4 science is a pretty big deal, considering I'm only making like 130. I'll probably start going through a lot of these cities and telling them to prioritize science. In fact, I think my entire capital region is going to be told to prioritize science. You actually need to get your campus up, which is probably what you're going to do next. It's a +2 campus right there. Let's make sure we place it. All right, Horatio Nelson, do your thing. Instantly building me a lighthouse and shipyard, which is pretty much all this city needs to get online. If I upgrade you to a knight, I'm pretty sure you'll survive this combat. Yep. Mausoleum at Halicarnassus. Beautiful day. And I actually settled it in a city that doesn't have that much coastline because I didn't want it to carry me this game. I just wanted to build it for fun. Plus, I'll be able to use James Watt twice to get some free buildings. And get those free buildings, I shall. Did I forget to... Yeah, I totally forgot to put... forgot to put that oranges industry down. Whoops. I'm going to go ahead and start telling more of my cities on the new world to focus on science as well, now that I'm starting to get some alchemical societies finished. Entertainment-wise, what does Barcelona build next? I've got 5 turns until I can build conservatories. May as well just get a water park down, right? Uses up a single tile, gives the city a lot of amenities. Oh man, the positioning of this. Wow. Alright, I guess I have to go for an archaeological society just to be able to clear that. I do have myself secured another golden age, which is going to be dead handy, depending on the strategy I want to take in the next era. Oh yeah, I should totally use a governor title to upgrade my secret society. Sinbad died, I got a withering drought. Boom. We got a relic. Nice. We got some new deals. Let's go ahead and sell off these pearls. Sell them off one at a time. Boom. Pearls are gone. 10 gold. 10 gold. Next up, amber. 1, 2. Next up, turtles. 1, 2. Look how easy trading is with this mod. I just click what I think I should get rid of, like iron. Boom. All the iron is traded. No longer need to have iron here. What about horses? No, people are still buying horses. Not much, but it's a little bit. Anyone up to buy niter? Hey, thank you. I do have positive coal income, so I feel like I can afford to sell off like 22 coal. Boom. Coal sold. And now we're making, about 290 gold from international trade deals, which I'm very happy about. So if I'm settling this city for luxuries, what do I want to do with it? I'd like a good harbor. Is there a reef on this city? Honestly, it's probably mostly good as just a harbor, and then just works a ton of the missions for science once I have the cultural heritage. Nice thing about Ferris wheels too is they have a good bit of culture on them, which makes up for the fact that my culture is a little bit slow. Are they actually going to win like a culture victory anytime soon? Nobody's really winning science victory. Oh, she has rocketry now. Now that's scary. I'm not too far away myself though. Working on economics and then straight to chemistry. May as well just spend James Watt here. Boom. Now my factories are worth a lot more production, and I have a couple more online. You know what? I may as well just grab Beowulf here, and I can use him to clear out this stuff. Would it be crazy of me to faith purchase back Sinbad? Oh, once per era. Right, gotcha. I'd have to wait until the industrial era was over. Boom. This is the furthest city out that I've settled, actually. And it's the one I like the least. Working on that harbor. What else do I build here? I don't know. I don't have to make that decision right now. I probably should just throw down a campus. It is my win condition. Extra science is always worth it. Take a very long time for those campuses to come online now. So a lot of these cities that I'm settling probably won't contribute much to my win condition. But my colonial empire over here is starting to fill out. Like these cities are starting to get big. Like 7 population, 8 pop, 11 pop, 10 pop, 10 pop, 6 pop. Like the total productivity. Like if we go check this card, look at that. 37 production and 60 gold. Now we could do a bit of math here, right? That means 37 production is 10% of the production of that section of my empire, which means the total production of that part of my empire is about 400 production, and 60 gold's about a quarter of it, so it's also churning out about 240 gold per turn. That to me is pretty damn nice. I don't think I need to change anything here. I think this government is actually perfect. The only thing I might consider getting rid of is the settler policy, but a couple cities are just finishing up those last settlers, so I'll leave it in for now. But I think that is going to be it for me. We're on the cusp of picking up sanctuaries. We're at turn 209. We are pretty much bottom of the science race, but we are racing up the rankings very, very quickly in the next episode. Take my word for it, the second that we get research labs and the second that we get cultural heritage, we are going to instantaneously jump into first place scientifically. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.